brother in band hard at some time with brother make different happen.
Matt Nix here for KSU Radio, joined here by Casey Crescenzo of the Dear Hunter. How are you doing, sir?
Sweet, I'm doing sweet.
That makes me excited, and my loins are tingly at the very prospect of it. So, okay, we're here. We're at Act 3, Life and Death.
We are at here. Act 3 is right here.
Right now. Tell me, in terms of the story of the Dear Hunter, where does this take us in the sonic journey?
It's basically just Act 3 is about the central fictional character's transition in the setting of war. You know,
right.
Just he meets, I think, like there's four different characters that he comes across that are kind of personifications of different aspects of war.
Right.
And that's the tank, the poison woman, the thief, and mustard gas. And so through like meeting these people and then other much more important characters, it's just kind of his transformation for not for better.
Gotcha. Cool. I mean, considering the you know what's going on in current events right now, did that play any effect on?
No, actually the opposite, because it's not supposed to be. I feel like political records that are about politics right now are really useless because everybody knows when something is wrong. It doesn't do anything except for kind of align you with what's hip.
Sure.
That when you complain about like world affairs, there's enough records about the wars going on now or whatever that people disagree with. This is just more of taking a step back and looking at just the nature of war in general. So not necessarily any one war, even though it is kind of set parallel to World War I. It was only set in that time frame because I feel like that's long enough ago to not necessarily be super contemporary, but close enough to still be identifiable.
Well, let me switch gears a little bit. Your bro plays in the band. He's the drummer. Is there a weird dynamic, you know, between playing with another family member when it comes to songwriting? Is it?
No, yeah, yes and no. Basically just that you get into squabbles where it's hard to separate whether you are arguing over a part musically or you're arguing because you're brothers. You know,
sure.
It's hard for me to say something to him and for him to simply take it as constructive criticism, or and it's hard for him to separate it just from his brother talking shit to him about his drumming.
Sure.
Just like it's hard for me if he says something to me to just be like, oh, he wants the song to be better. It's sometimes you just feel like, oh, my brother's just telling me this song.
Cool.
But it's never that way. That's the only difference. Is with another member, you never run into that situation because you don't have that lifelong bond and kind of, you know, unsteady ground.
Right. Well, Nate from the Receiving End of Sirens, he's in the band now. How did that kind of come about? Because that's kind of it's a neat reunion between us.
Yeah, it's when the band broke up, I offered him the spot, and he couldn't really do it at the time because it was when the band. It was like we were without a bassist. Trios hadn't broken up completely yet,
right.
So he said he still wanted to end things the right way with them,
right,
without joining anything else. So we had to get a bassist. So we got this guy Sagan,
right.
And so we already had a bassist. Then the band stopped. Nate had nothing to do, so he went out on tour with a couple of other bands, like doing the business stuff with them.
Sure.
And then he got tired of that, and our bassist Sagan left because he said something like his dad got kidnapped in Honduras.
Okay.
And he said that I'm serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so Sagan left, and then we re-offered it to Nate because he was doing, you know, anything musical, and we all felt like that was kind of stupid.
I mean, Nate's such an amazing musician.
And for a musician to be touring with and working for a bunch of musicians who don't care that much about their instrument like he does, don't care as much about like making a song as he does, then it was tough to see. So we offered it to him because at that point, like, there was no grudge or anything, and then he accepted, and we started playing together. And he was in the band before we even started writing Act 3. So
he played a pretty dynamic role in the songwriting.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, everybody did.